welcome to my channel. My name is Dawn and today we are going to be doing an all drugstore makeup review. This is where I pick and pluck some drugstore makeup. Some is new to me type of stuff. And then I just review it, try it out for you guys, be your guinea pig, let you know my thoughts. And these again are first impressions. So I will try out these products throughout the month. And then in the speed reviews, once I feel like I've tried them out enough, I will feature my final thoughts. So please grab a snack, grab a drink, grab your makeup if you're getting ready, and let's get ready together and try out this new to me. To start off, we have two new lip oils. One is a pH changing lip oil. The other is tinted. So we're gonna go ahead and put one on our lips now. As I always do when I'm getting ready every day, I like to put some type of lip oil, lip balm, any lip mask, anything that's nourishing to hydrate and nourish my lips to get them prepped and ready for whatever lip product I'm wearing for that day. And then the other one, we will go ahead and put on at the end of the video for our actual lip product. So the one that we're gonna try is from Catrice. This is new. It is there. Let's see. Let me find my notes. I always get notes for you guys. And I will also leave ingredients list up on the screen with each product for you guys as well. So you have the full list of ingredients. I've started doing that in my videos and I've gotten great feedback. You guys love it when I do that. This is the Catrice Glossin Glow Tinted Lip Oil. And I have mine, I think, Keep It Juicy. Yep, Keep It Juicy. And it is 010 is the number, and then Keep It Juicy. It retails for $6. I got mine, the Catrice products I have here, which is only two. I got them both on Amazon, but you can also get them through their website. And it's a shine of a gloss and nourishing benefits of a balm. So a great product to prep your lips for your upcoming makeup product that you can put on your face. And again, pH changing, and then it's got cherry and pomegranate oils. So it's going to be a pink shade because all pH changing lip products are pink shade. It's just a matter of whatever your pH balance is on your lips is going to determine the shade of pink. So this is going to be tinted, but in my experience with these type of products, the shade kind of wears off relatively quickly. So I'm going to guess that it won't be as pink by the time we go in with our actual lip product because that one's more of a nude color. So we're going to go in with this and we're going to try it out. Okay, I'm loving the shine, like a gloss, like they said. It feels very lightweight, very thin, which is true to a typical lip oil. There's so many brands these days. So many lip oils came out over the summer, and that's when I fell in love with lip oils. I tried so many. They claim to be a lip oil, but they're so thick. Like, I love the NYX one, but the NYX one's definitely thicker than this. I really do like it, but a lip oil, in my opinion, is really thin and nourishing. It's not sticky, so that's great as well. Sometimes I don't mind sticky as long as it's not too much because that does help it with the longevity, but this has no stick to it. It's so juicy and glossy, and I just love the shine. So far, amazing. I do like the shade it's changed to. It will change probably a little bit more as it sits on the lips, but it's a great product, and I think it just looks really, really nice. So again, it would be great over a lip product, great on its own, great with a lip liner, however you choose to wear it, but great product. I'm gonna dive into eyeshadow. We have an eyeshadow palette and then an eyeshadow stick. So what I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the eyeshadow stick because it's a shimmer color on one lid and then one of the shimmer shades in the palette on the other so we can try both. But the palette is from Catrice. It's also new. It is their Hot Cocoa palette, retails for $6. Has 8 brown and nude pigment shades. It has different finishes. It's lawn wearing, it's blendable and buildable. So we shall see. I did swatch it when I got it. And I think I've swatched, I swatched every shade besides this. No, I swatched that one, okay. And they feel so nice and smooth and creamy. So I'm excited to see how well they do blend and how well they do build up and their longevity. So again, all of this will be in a speed reviews once I've tried them out enough. We're gonna go in with this lighter shade first. It's a very, very light shade, more so just to get some color on the eyes, and then we will go in with our actual shade. This is a matte finish. It said it has different finishes. And when I was swatching them, I feel like we've got some shimmer, we've got some satin, and then we've got some matte shades. So I'm very curious how all of those play out. This is a very true to my skin color that we're putting on right now. So not really gonna do much, but I just wanted to get a shade on that's close to my skin tone for like a transition shade, because we do have some darker shades in this palette, and I'm gonna try as many shades as we can here. It looks like we have 4 mattes maybe. I can't tell if this one's a shimmer. Okay, so we've got 4 mattes, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3 mattes, sorry. Yeah, because that one looks like it's got a little bit of shimmer in it as well. So we're gonna go into this next shade, which would be the next one up from that transition shade we put on. And we're just gonna blend into the crease here. That's a beautiful color, and that transition shade is helping blend this very nicely. And if you didn't see my Temu makeup video, go watch that, you guys, because these brushes, although they're not, I would say, comparable to my BK Beauty brushes, I really do like them, and I really do like this brush. It's just so soft. It's a little like looser and longer bristles than the one that I typically use from my BK Beauty line. However, I love it. It really is a good brush. So when my BK Beauty brushes are dirty, I've been pulling for this one since getting the Temu makeup. So this set of brushes is really nice. I definitely want to try more out from Temu as far as makeup and brushes. That video was pretty good. If you watched it, you would know that the all-in-one palette that I feel is a dupe for the Makeup Forever HD Skin all-in-one palette wasn't necessarily a miss, but it wasn't a hit either. I have played around with it a little bit for the face, and again, like I said in that video, and I still stay true, you guys will see it in upcoming speed reviews, because I want to try it in maybe the eyes as well, and you know, try it out in different ways besides on the face. But for the face, the shades were just not there. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and go a little deeper, and we're gonna dive into this more brown orange. It's a darker shade, and we're gonna go ahead and build up that color, but we're gonna keep it kind of low, and we're gonna keep it on the outer corner here. These are blending very, very nicely. They are very pigmented. These matte shades are very nice. I'm excited to try the shimmers to see how those wear. But so far, so good. I really am enjoying this palette. It's a really nice, inexpensive palette. Like, you can't beat the $6 price range. And I feel like it's really comparable to some other higher end palettes. Just the blendability is there, the pigment is there, it has a good shade range for a smaller palette and for a neutral palette. I mean, that's what it is. They do have other ones too, by the way. I'm just, if you don't know, I'm a very neutrals girl. So they have other ones as well that you can get your hands on, not just this one. So obviously I am speaking of this palette. I haven't tried their other ones, but I might have to pick up some others. I've been trying to play around more with color, and this is just blending so, so pretty that I might go ahead and play around with the color ones. I'm not like the most expert at eyeshadow. I'm still learning what works for my eyes, especially because I have hooded eyes. So I think that's one reason why I shy away from colorful eye looks, but look at that. It's so pretty, and it blended so well, and it looks really nice. There's no patchiness, no skipping. The mattes felt very smooth. All right, I'm gonna try to match our stick shade as much as possible. And for the stick, Milani came out with some new shadow sticks. Shadow sticks have been all the rage lately as well. And again, I'm in a low buy, so I waited quite some time to pick it up. and it retails for $10.99. It's shade 03 Sand, and I'll swatch it for you. You can apply it all over, or separate in other areas if you like shimmer in your crease, which I don't because I have more mature type of eyelids. I like to keep the shimmer and that type of color on the lids, but you can apply it wherever. And then it's ultra creamy, and the swatch I did when I got this home is beautiful, and the swatch feels so nice and creamy. It's like a champagne type of shade with a little bit of brown in it, so perfect for the look we're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on this side. I did notice it easily fell out. Like, I got it home and I swatched it, and then today when I went ahead and grabbed it to do this video, I may have accidentally pulled it up too far when I did the swatching, but we shall see. So beware of that. It might also just be a faulty one that I got, or it could have just been, like I said, I accidentally pulled it up too far. You do have to be careful though with eyeshadow. See, there it goes. Yeah. With eyeshadow sticks that are as creamy as this one, or really any type of eyeshadow, but definitely an eyeshadow stick that is creamy like this, because they can break easily. I love my Bobbi Brown one that I got as a points rewards through Sephora a while back. I've used it so many times. It is so beautiful, but it broke because it is so creamy. You got to be very, very gentle. So here is what the shadow stick looks like. I am going to go ahead and blend it just so we can see if it blends away. I do usually just keep it like this, but I'm going to take this brush from that set that I got from Temu, the face set, or the eye set too, and we're going to just blend it. I feel like you don't have to blend it because, I mean, it's such a beautiful formula that it really doesn't need blended. It just applies so well just from the stick. You can leave it just as, but I just want to see if you're someone that you like to blend, or you want to put it on the eyes and you draw it on the eyes and then you're going to blend it out with a brush. If that formula is one that it fades away, because some will do that, but this is not fading. We still have the same eye color and pigment as we did before. Beautiful. I absolutely love this. I think this is totally worth the $11, and I'm definitely picking up more shades at some point. All right, so now I want, like I said, keep it as true to that shade as I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and I guess start with this shade. It's this one right here. It might be a little too light, so I might have to go over it a little with maybe, oh no, that works. And that is so smooth and creamy as well. That's actually almost like a perfect match. The only difference really in the formulas, because the shade is definitely there, is this is more of a satin and that's more of a shimmer color. And I barely had to dip my finger in that crease, and look at that. And I really didn't have to dip my finger in this shade much at all to get that. I mean, so pretty. And they are so close in the same shade, so that's amazing. I love that. So as far as this palette, A+, I really love this. And my lips definitely have changed. We're very pink now, but I don't mind it. I think it's a pretty, pretty shade, and it still looks really juicy, nourishing. I'm really liking the Catrice lip oil so far. And this I'm really loving as well. I might go ahead and decide to pick up, like I said, another palette because they have other colors, but I'm more of a neutral girl. I'm trying to branch out, so we shall see. But love this. I can see myself reaching for it. We have complexion. When I'm trying out a new complexion product, I never, on the first time I use it, use any setting powders, use any primers, use any setting sprays. I used to, and I guess I shouldn't say never. If I don't have a new powder or new primer I'm trying out, I don't do that. I like to see how this product performs on its own. So we have a new BB cream that's new to me. I'm not sure how new it is out there, but it is this beauty. I've heard so many YouTubers talk about it, so I finally got it on Amazon, and everything will be linked and listed down below. I will have the prices, and I will have a wear test for you guys, so next to this, I'll let you know how this wore throughout the day, but I'm definitely excited to give this a try. It is the Missha Perfect Color BB Cream. I have in shade number 21, which I think, yes, light beige. I was just gonna say, I think is light beige. It's a skincare makeup in one. It has SPF 42. Not sure why not 40, but 42. Medium to high coverage. It's supposed to brighten, even, soothe, and color correct any discoloration, which is what a BB cream is. Now, when I got this home, I swatched on the back of my hand, and I am a little concerned. The shade is quite light, and you're probably gonna see it when it gets put on my face because, well, it's light on the back of my hand. I went with the lighter shade. I kind of teeter-tottered between two shades, but I went ahead and went with the lighter shade for the simple fact we are in the colder months, so my skin tone is going to be lighter than in the summertime. So we shall see. A BB cream is color correcting, so sometimes, depending on the formula, depending on the product, but some BB creams, once you get them into your skin, you're fine. The shade range really doesn't matter too much. So here's the applicator. It's got a pump. And let's see if it has any size. 50 milliliters. I guess I should be giving you guys the size of this one. 4 milliliters. Let's look at the shadow stick because this definitely does matter too. 0.05 ounces. And then the eyeshadow, it's got to be on here somewhere. I mean, almost every product will have its size, but I do not see how big this is. Okay. There is not one on the eyeshadow. Oh, here we go. 0.31 ounces, 9 grams. So there's that information. I apologize. I'm still trying to get used to doing that. But as you see, I'm going to pump a little bit out. That's very gray and ashy, and that's what's concerning to me. But we're going to go for it like we always do. Always do. We just go for it. It feels so lightweight, though, and it looks really healthy already. Like, it looks beautiful. I am going to go ahead and do what I always do as well, and we are going to do one side first and one side with a brush and then the other side with a sponge. I always do it this way. That way you guys can see what the product looks like with and without. And then I also like to do it with a brush and do it with a sponge. That way you guys can see the difference. And I always go back over though, always, even off camera when I'm doing my makeup, I'll always go back over with a sponge just to press the product into my skin, no matter what brush I'm using, even if it's a brush that does such a good job of blending. I want to make sure everything is pressed into my skin. This definitely, I will say, gives medium to full coverage. I did a little bit more than half a pump, and it's definitely giving almost a full coverage. And the shade actually is blending pretty well into my skin once we get it blended out, so I was really hoping for that. I am going to bring it down my neck. I do that every time I don't have the perfect shade match, which not always do you get the perfect shade match, you know. It's been very rare have I gotten the perfect shade match, but this is not bad. And it's definitely color correcting. Hopefully you guys noticed on camera my redness was showing through, and as you can see, there's redness right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I have rosacea, so that's not very uncommon at all. So now we're gonna go in with the same on this side with the sponge, and we'll see what kind of coverage. Ooh, that was not enough. Same type of coverage we get over here or not. It definitely is so hydrating. So I'm very curious though, because of how hydrating it does feel, how it's going to wear throughout the day. Some products, if they're too hydrating, they're gonna wear very easily. They're gonna wear off too easily, but so far so good as far as how this looks. I will definitely say it's a color corrector. It's definitely color correcting that redness on that side. We'll see how well it does on this side, because this side has a little bit more redness, and we'll bring it down the neck. But it's a really pretty, oh yeah, I color corrected that. It didn't completely cover that redness, but most of it's covered. I'm going to turn the sponge over. I would say on the brush side, I got more of a full coverage, like the higher side of medium over here on this side. And then I got more of a lower medium with the sponge. I honestly, for like BB creams, tinted moisturizers, that type of stuff, the lighter coverage products, I usually like what my skin looks like with a sponge, but I'm actually liking this with the brush. that's kind of a surprise. I do like to use a brush. 9 times out of 10 will use a brush, like I said, when I'm off camera, and then still go in and blend with the sponge. But I'm just gonna go ahead and take the sponge though and do the forehead. But I'm actually liking what this looks like with our brush this time. So that's a first, because like I said, usually I like a sponge with these type of products. It's definitely got this pretty healthy glow. So I'm very much appreciating that. And it just looks healthy. It feels so lightweight. It feels healthy on the skin. And again, it's still a tad too light for my skin. I am gonna try to put just a little bit more, just a tad bit more where that redness is. And try to maybe color correct a little bit more there. It is still a tad light for my skin at the moment. Here where I live, we haven't even like got snow. I mean, we got like a drizzle of snow and that was about it. But my skin will get lighter as we head more into winter. So we shall see. But you know, I don't think it's too bad of a shade match, and I can always fix that with some bronzer, which we have a new bronzer to use. So far so good with this. Like I said, I'll keep you updated in the description box on how it wears, but it's so lightweight. It blended so easily. I just tend to overblend a lot. It looks really, really pretty. The shade is the only downside, but again, it is the colder months. If I use this up in the winter, which I really doubt it, I would definitely, if it's something that I love, then I would definitely pick up a darker shade. I'd go with the one that I was trying to decide on, this one and the other one, for the summer. But so far, so good. This is really, really pretty. And again, we're not gonna set it. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, and I'm going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and put some concealer on. I am setting that, and I'll come on back on camera and let you guys know what I used off camera. And then I'm also going to take the Catrice, I'll just do it off camera, and I'm just gonna take the 2 shades we used. So this shade right here and this one, and put in the lower lash line, and then I will be back for us to do our lips, blush, and bronzer. So now we have a cream bronzer. This is new to me. I don't know how new. Got this on Amazon as well. And then my blush is the same. I don't know how new it is out there, but it's new to me. Got that on Amazon as well. But this is the Half Cake Candy Paint Cream Bronzer. It retails for $12. You can get it on their site as well. I have mine in Heatwaves, and it's supposed to be blendable, buildable. It has vitamin E, non-greasy, and natural finish. I swatched this a few times because I couldn't figure out if I liked the shade, but it's so creamy. So again, this is a product that could wear away easily because of how creamy it is. Sometimes very emollient products wears away fast. I am gonna go ahead when I do my off-camera stuff. After this and our blush, we'll be going off camera. I'm gonna put the 2 crease shades that we did on our eyes under the eyes. I'm gonna curl my lashes, do my mascara, do my concealer, and we'll come back on. I've really been liking doing my bronzer and blush before concealer, so it kind of works out that way anyways. And then I'm gonna set this. I am gonna set this in the blush with a different palette, and I'll go ahead and let you guys know, like I said, what I used off camera. But we'll see. But it's very natural finish, but it's got a pretty dew to it as well. It's really pretty. I definitely do think it's a pretty shade. It's definitely one that I feel like is so emollient. It could be a problem, but we shall see. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush from the Ariel and Morphe collection, and we're just going to start applying. Okay, the shade's not too bad. I thought maybe it would have been a little too light, but it's still showing up on the skin. So that's nice. And the BB cream is totally dried down. What I will do if my face product is too like wet and doesn't seem to dry down much, when you have a natural kind of dewy look to your skin that this gave, sometimes you can have a problem with it drying down all the way. And then your cream, whether you're doing a powder or cream, definitely if you're doing a powder, sometimes you can have the issue of it just skipping and getting patchy. So I'll at the very least set my outer portion where I'm putting those products, but this one completely dried down and it still looks really healthy. So I like that. I like that it's dried down, but we still have that healthy glow to our skin. So that's nice. And this is definitely emollient in the fact you don't need a lot. Like, I really didn't put a lot on my brush. And it's applying over this BB cream very nicely. And the shade's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's a little light, but it's not too light. I think it would be a great even cream bronzer if you wanted just to have it on there, and then you can set it with powder. It is a tad oranger than I typically go for, but I think we'll be fine. It's not too bad, especially because I am gonna set it with another bronzer. So not too terrible. I don't think it's one that I would necessarily use on its own. But again, it could also be because of the complexion product shade. So again, you know, this is another reason why I like to try things out for a while before I let you guys know my complete final thoughts. But it blended very fast, very easily, and very nicely. So I'm impressed. All right, so we have our blush. Now, I've thought about trying She Glam, and that's why I picked this up, because of all of the talk about She Glam, and there's just a lot of stuff out there that I don't jam with the company and what they do. So I've never tried their makeup. So this is kind of comparable, I've heard, to their blush. And I wanted to give this a try. It's from Young Version, and I have in 104 Whiskey Business. It's a liquid blush. It retails for $4.99. It's supposed to be long-wearing, lightweight, gel, cream type of product. You need to shake it. It's got this ball in here. Now, the only thing I noticed when I did get it, and I got it off Amazon, got it in the mail and swatched it. What I'm curious about, is doesn't look like there's anything in there. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna know when I run out, because I don't know, we'll see. It's frosted, so it looks like there's the product. I don't know how much product you get. It says you get 0.17 fluid ounces, which is 5.2 milliliters, but this just doesn't seem like there's that much product in it. And then for the cream bronzer, it's gotta be on here somewhere. Yeah, you get 5 grams. So it's a smaller one, but again, you don't need very much. But when I also swatched it, as hopefully you can see, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, then I'm gonna take this brush, and after I pick up the product, I swatched it, and once I got it all swatched out onto my hand, hopefully you guys can see this on camera, it's got some shimmer, like not glitter, but it's got some shimmer in it, but it's a little bit too much for my liking. And the shade's a little orangey, and I don't typically go orange, so we'll see if it applies orange to my face and if we see the shimmer shade, because I don't necessarily like that. Like that, I was like, ooh. Okay, so it definitely is applying orange, and it was more of like, in the picture on Amazon, it was more of like a mauve-y shade. I'm not an orange type of person for blushes. I'm just not. It was more like a mauve reddish type of shade. And that's why I went for this shade. Okay. I was just going to say, you definitely can apply a little bit more than you think, because it's not as pigmented as, say, like the Rare Beauty ones, but then that happened. So I think it's still not as pigmented as the Rare Beauty ones, but ooh, and it's applying patchy. You guys, we were doing so good. I'm gonna blend it out with the sponge. That sometimes helps. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. I mean, it is nice that I don't see the shimmer on the face, but again, it's not as pigmented as Rare Beauty. So if you like that, you may like it. The shade is definitely not my shade. It applies more orange on my face compared to in the swatches, and it didn't blend well with that bronzer. It made the bronzer where I went over it a little patchy as well. Okay, well, that blush not so well, but this is why I do these videos for you guys as well, and you can't win them all, right? So I'm not too impressed with that blush, but I'll play around with it more and then let you guys know in a speed reviews. All right, I'm gonna go off camera now, do the stuff off camera, come back on, let you guys know what I used, and then we'll do lips and we'll be done. Hey guys, so we just have the last lip oil to do, and then I will go over real quickly my thoughts on everything, but real quick, for the stuff I did off camera, I used my Bad Girl Bane for my lashes, and to set my under eyes, I used my Holy Grail Ami Collet. And then for the under eyes, of course, the e.l.f. What is it? Color corrector eye brightener. It's the only one I have at the moment. There are others that I have purchased through that Sephora VIB sale, which you guys will see those products, whether they're new out to the market or new to me. I am going to do a video with those. I'm just waiting for some of it. I think a lot of people are still waiting because it seemed like a lot of people shopped the sale this year, a lot more than normal. So it's taking longer to get orders, but that's what we used. And then I went in with this concealer. I haven't spoken I don't think I've spoken about this at all actually on camera. I'm pretty sure I did some type of social media with it. Now, I know I told you guys I'm doing a ranking of my concealers and it's gonna be so late getting to you guys. I apologize, I really do. I do wanna say we've had so many changes happening in our life right now in our family, and then my stepson has had a couple emergency surgeries, not doing so well. So I've really kind of stepped back from my YouTube channel and my social media just to help out my husband, with what he's going through with that, to be there for him, my kids. I've stepped back a lot lately. So I apologize. I really do. But a main reason, honestly, that I haven't done that video yet really has to do with the fact of this concealer. This will be in it, but I'm really still trying to gather my thoughts. Like some days I really like it. Like today, it's not looking bad at all. Other days I don't. So I'm still trying to figure out what my final thoughts would be and where I could rank it in the concealer ranking of the new ones I've tried. But I am going to try to get that out to you guys here soon. But that's what I use there. And then I didn't set anything, but I'm just going to tell you this is a beautiful palette. You'll see it in my speed reviews for October, but it is the Hourglass's Ambient Edit Unlocked palettes they come out with every year around the holidays. I got the Jellyfish one, and I mean, as it can be seen, it's used a lot. Let me cover the mirror so we don't get any reflection. I mean, I use this a lot, you guys. Like, a lot. But I went ahead and used the highlighter here, which is a limited edition for this palette. The bronzer, I used this blush. I didn't use any of the powders, but I will say I love the powders. Sometimes I will just go in this palette just for those two finishing powders. It's not speed reviews. I digress. But I use this palette. I will say the bronzer and blush in here kind of saved that blush and bronzer. As far as the bronzer goes, I don't know if it was the bronzer or the blush because it was fine until I applied that blush. So I'm going to take a wild guess that it was the blush, but we shall see. I will, again, try out all this stuff throughout the month and then let you guys know how I feel about it all. But the last product we have is another lip oil, and it's from our dear e.l.f. Pretty sure they're trying to dupe the Dior here. That's what it seems like from formula description, from everything I've seen from other people. And of course I have it in a nude brown shade. I mean, I can't help myself. It is the e.l.f. Glow Revival Lip Oil. Retails for $8. So e.l.f. kept it nice and cheap for us. I have the shade in Honey Talk. It's non-sticky, sheer color, glass-like shine, but it's a lip oil. And it totally looks like I've never tried the Dior, by the way, but it totally has the big thick wand like the Dior one. So I can't contest if it is like the Dior, but it looks like that's what they're trying to do. And e.l.f. has been out here duping all the high end, all the raved about brands. So, I mean, of course they are. All right. It's got a minty smell, which I don't mind. Some people might, but I don't mind the minty smell. Actually smells nice. Not supposed to be plumping or anything. It's just a sheer lip oil. And I will say it's that Catrice did stain the lips, the pink a little, but that's okay. So let's apply this. Now, sometimes I'll apply just this and no lip liner. Sometimes I'll apply a lip liner. We're not doing a lip liner today because I don't have a new one. So I just decided to go in with just the gloss, and this feels so nice. I actually almost also picked up, I think it was something apple. Delicious Apple, I think is the name of it. It's like a red shade for the holidays. That's about the only time I wear red, honestly, because I don't really like the color red, but I'll wear it around holiday season. Okay, so between this and the Catrice, This one's a lot thinner, which is interesting. It's definitely a lot thinner. I would say the Catrice isn't sticky, but it feels like the formula is a little bit sticky. This is more smooth feeling, and it smoothed those lip lines way more than the Catrice. I can tell you right now, I like this one more than the Catrice. I love the shade, even going over the little bit of pink tint I had on my lips from the Catrice lip oil. It still is a beautiful shade. I love Honey Talk. It's so juicy. It's like wet looking, which I love that juicy, glossy, wet look to my lips, especially in a lip gloss and lip oil. And I really like how it just smoothed out my lip lines. It looks beautiful. I am absolutely picking up the red one now, and I love this. I feel like this is gonna be one that I'm gonna reach for. So real quickly, we're gonna go through everything, and I will let you guys know my final first impression thoughts. The Catrice lip oil, I do like. It's nice. I don't think necessarily I like how dark my lips got with the pink, but I mean, I knew that was possible going into it, so that's okay. I think it would be great on top of a product. I don't think I would honestly wear this alone. I didn't like how pink my lips got alone. It's not a bad product, but I do like the e.l.f. one more. So stay tuned. Like I said, speed reviews for all of this stuff. As far as these two, I love these two. I hope that doesn't happen of the product falling out of the stick with every shade they have, but I really love this shade. It's so pretty, so creamy. You can blend it with a brush. It doesn't blend away. I guess we'll see how long it lasts, but so far so great. I'm really liking one and done type of looks. Usually I'll go in with like bronzer and then a stick or one shimmer color on the lid and call it good. So I'm really into sticks. There's other ones I want to pick up, but I'm trying not to purchase too much right now being in the low buy, but love that. Definitely worth the price. This is amazing. It's making me want to try colored ones from them because they do blend so well. They do build up well. The shades are beautiful. They're so satin and smooth and creamy. So I'm really liking this palette. I can foresee myself pulling for it quite often. The BB cream, I'm really liking. I actually, when I was off camera and doing my under eyes, I noticed that not only does my skin look really healthy and beautiful, like, you know, like I said, it still looks almost like a wet, dewy, healthy look to my skin, even though it completely dried down, but my pores are also like blurred. Didn't say anything about blurring, but it definitely blurred out my pores in this area, and I have nothing there. Like I said, I didn't set it with anything. So aside from the shade difference, which again, it's probably gonna work in the winter time, and with bronzer and blush, we should be fine. It did scare me for a minute when I got it and saw how ashy gray it was. Beautiful product. I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to give it a try. And I am still going to be doing the ranking of my like skin tints and all that. And this will be in there as well. So I might have to push that back a little bit just because I do want to feature this in it. So we shall see though. All right. And then our bronzer and blush. I liked how mollified this is, but it's not over the top. I like how it just went on very nicely and blended very nicely. I'll have to play around with it more with a different blush to make sure that the patchiness that started to happen and how it kind of picked up a little wasn't because of the blush or because of this. So I don't know. It's a good product. I hope that when I try it again with another blush, it doesn't do that because I really do like it other than that. But again, I don't know if it was this blush. And then of course this blush, you guys, I don't like it. The shade swatch online, totally different than maybe it's just my skin, but totally different than what went on my skin. I don't like that orangey look to it, and it definitely got patchy, and I'm pretty sure that's why the bronzer started to pick up and get patchy, because it looked beautiful and just fine before this blush. This, I would say, is 100% my least favorite, and it was a complete honest fail for me in this product or in this video. I'll try it out more just because I do that, but I don't know. I don't think I like it much. But my absolute favorite, I would have to say, is this e.l.f. lip oil. It's so pretty. I love the shade. I love how it smoothed my lip lines, how wet and juicy my lips look, which means my husband's gonna love it. So I love it. It's definitely my favorite. I want to get the red shade now, and I can foresee myself going through this multiple times in this shade. Honey Talk, I believe, was the shade. Yes, Honey Talks. Beautiful, and I definitely want to get that red one for the holidays. All right, guys, that is it for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, everything will be linked and listed down below. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up and make sure you decide to stick around and subscribe for more fun videos like this. And like I said, we will be doing lots of others. I apologize for not being as active. I'm trying to get back into it now that we're kind of, you know, hopefully getting over the hump of what's going on with my stepson, and then we're finally getting into our routine. So I appreciate the patience from you guys. I love you, and I'll see you here very soon. Bye.